Okay, well, this is my one of my very first replay analysis, so we'll have a look. First thing I notice is that you're not running Superintendent on your Baltimore. Um, and maybe that's just because your captain isn't very trained up, but you should make that your priority. Once that you have all your other like necessary skills like concealment expert and whatnot.
Action stations.
Okay, so I see that you're going into radar B cap, and that's definitely the right move. But the pathing I would choose would definitely be a little bit different, because right now, if you were to radar, or I think you're turning out a little bit early. Because what I would have done was I would hug one of those islands and use that to turn out. Or I'd hug one of those islands and stop, wait to see if an enemy DD can test radar, and then you can move out of cover to shoot while turning out at the same time, and the enemy battleships won't have enough time to react and citadel you, or really land any good shots at all. So I definitely would have hugged the island a lot sooner. Because right now, if an enemy DD spots you, say, or you want to radar, you can't really radar and shoot at the same time because you have enemy battleships looking at you and you're kind of broadside on. So that's probably what I would have done. So hug the island probably over at G6, and I guess you get free shots on this Tashkent, but generally at 15 kilometers. Oh, nice hit. Generally, I'd say I probably wouldn't be taking those shots, just on risk of getting spotted and possibly nuked by something. So you're doing a really good job of using island cover right here, which I really, really like. That's really important to do. As a Baltimore is to abuse island cover, so they can't see you. That right there is something you should definitely work on. It's really like the very, it's like precision aim or whatever. Because you aimed a little bit low, and you ended up mashing a lot of your shots against his belt armor. That could have been an extra like 4,000-ish damage. And same thing with there, you actually under-lit a little bit, so cost you a little bit of damage. Again, you're playing this really well so far. I don't really see too much to critique. I'm just being kind of nitpicky because there's really not too much I can say that's wrong about this. So. Oh, that was definitely an under-led shot. Doesn't really matter, but those probably would have hit. Those probably wouldn't have hit his superstructure. Those would have hit his rear hull. Overled shot. He's going to turn in, and those are going to miss. That last shot, you were aiming like he was going straight, but um, he was turning in, so you should have aimed lower and more to the left. Those are probably going to whiff over his bow. For the same reason that, oh, actually, whiffed under his bow. But for the same reason, you're aiming like they're going to continue on the same course as they are. But you kind of really have to play into the head of your enemy here. You're going to have to think, okay, if I was in this situation, what maneuver would I make? And you have to kind of correct for that. Also, what you're doing here is really dangerous because you don't have enough cover for him to not be able to shoot you. You get pretty lucky here. You could have taken probably 10,000 plus through the bow. So you should definitely be moving forward into the left. Get behind that island so only one thing can shoot you, which would be the Tashkent, and you can shoot him back. You should definitely not be moving right. You should be moving left. Also, your shots are going to fly over that guy, because he's turning in, not turning out. Okay, those were better shots. I like those better, but not quite there. You're very lucky that Missouri isn't just absolutely nuking you, because you're actually in a you're in kind of a poor position right now. What I would have done in this situation was I would have used that island that is to the left of you, turn left, turn out, and kite. Slowly kite. Probably 1/4 to 1/2 speed kite. Yep, that'll happen. And you really don't need to be taking these kinds of hits or wasting this kind of HP. You're kind of getting away with it a little bit because there's just that Missouri and he's pretty out of position. I'm not sure why you reloaded AP here. Not giving you the best angle. Probably just would have done more with HE. Now he's giving you a good angle. That was a little bit premature. Also aiming a little bit too far forward. Try to make it so that your shots hit midsection on the upper hole with the AP and the Baltimore. And again, you're really lucky that another battleship didn't just nuke you. That was a little bit sloppy, to be completely honest. But again, it worked out, so can't really criticize too much here. Okay, that was a good preemptive radar. Well, it was alright. It gave you information about where the enemy DD was, which was over to the right, but no one is able to do any kind of damage to him. So you lose out a little bit there. Usually, when you radar, you want to make sure that either you or someone on your team has a clear shot at the enemy DD. You want to be almost 100% sure. Usually it's not good to blow radar just to find out where the DD is. Because if you had waited, say, 45 seconds, you would see the D counter begin to tick, and you'd know, oh, the enemy DD is in. Holy crap, you get unbelievably lucky there. That is definitely a case of knowing where the enemy BBs are and who they are shooting. Your camera should have been pointing to the right, because you saw the two enemy BBs on the map, right? On the mini-map, they kind of popped up. Your camera should have been pointed towards them to see if they were shooting at you, which they were. In another parallel universe or whatever, you would have you would have gotten deleted there. RNG definitely saved you like a lot. Um, hmm. Interesting. Good choice to switch to AP. Wait for the Des Moines to turn out. I want to say that's slight underlead. You missed a pretty big Citadel opportunity there. Not quite sure why you were tunnel visioning on that Montana. There was a Tashkent right there. Those are gonna miss to the right. If he commits to the turn, these ones should hit, but he can also turn in. Yeah, not too many hit there. Okay, that was a good salvo. I like that. You should definitely be moving a little bit more forward. You really want to finish this guy off. He's pressuring your division, your Fletcher and division pretty hard right now. Yeah. If you had aimed a little bit more precisely or had been a little bit more aggressive, that could have been a dead Tashkent, and your division mate might not have quite died there. Also, this is ridiculously risky. Taking those shots against the Montana. I probably would have went dark. Again, I'm not quite sure why you weren't spotted, but if there was like a spotter plane in the air or something, you would have been completely toast. Okay, what you should be doing right now is moving forward. Like, I'm gonna pop out of your view here. Forward and to the left, because that Montana's coming in, you want to kite him. Forward and to the left, so you have open up a little bit of distance on the Montana, open it up on the FDG, because you can't engage them at close range. You want to kite them, basically bait them into chasing you. See, right now, you're within detection range of that Montana. He could easily rear Citadel you. You waited a little bit too long to do that. Should have definitely been moving out. Okay, pop back to your view. So you're in a ridiculously dangerous situation. Looks like the Montana's pretty brain dead because he didn't shoot at you at all. Okay, so even though it took you a little longer to do it, you are making the right maneuver. Which again, is just to kite these two battleships. I'm not sure why you're switching sides here. Oh good, you aren't. You should be aiming higher. Those are going to splash against his belt. Not too bad. This is really, really, really dangerous. You could have been dead here if the Montana wasn't completely brain dead. Turning in like that against at that range against a Montana that hadn't. Ugh. This is definitely a little risky, but I'm gonna give it a pass just because of the situation. You shouldn't be focusing the FDG. Your team just needs kills, so you should have fired those last two salvos at the Montana, who he's being very brain dead again. Good choice to switch to AP. Again, aiming a little bit low. You should be getting 4 to 5 normal bends. And almost no shatters if you aim correctly. Okay, that's good aim. You're aiming at the right place, which is upper belt. You know, I'm gonna look it up afterwards, but I'm willing to bet that Montana probably has like a 39% win rate or something. It's been a while since I've seen a Montana that's that bad. I think you win this game, so I'm gonna say you get incredibly lucky here, but you should not have been caught bow into that FDG, especially given the current team situation. You should have been by the time he crested the island, because you knew which direction he was coming from. You should have already been turned around. So when he popped out, he would have seen a turned around Baltimore. That would be HE spamming him. Underlead.
Main turret critically damaged.
That's gonna splash against Belt, I think, or is also an underlead. Set of fire, so I mean, works. It works. Yeah, that's better. With the Baltimore shells, I noticed that you underlead a lot for like the first salvo, and then you correct. So try to try to be conscious of the fact that your shells are slow. Also, you got. I mean, I did not expect you. Well, I mean, I know you won this game, so like I kind of did expect you to live that, but like, what? Underlead, see? Oh, not too bad, but you could have hit him with, at that range you should be hitting, 6, yeah, like that. You should have been hitting like 6 shells per salvo.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Also, I'm not quite sure why the FDG didn't chase you. Interesting. So overall, I'd say you have the right idea with Baltimore. It's just that you take it's a bit sloppy. Like you take unnecessary risks. And also, you really should work on your aim a little bit more. And aim just comes through practice. But there were a few times where I definitely thought you were gonna get deleted. And again, I think that Montana and the FDG were just really, really stupid. Overall, though, I know I sound kind of harsh, but I mean, that's kind of the point of these replay analysis. I'm supposed to be harsh so you know what to improve on. Like, I'm being really nitpicky. I think you did a really good job overall. So, good stuff.